to U Idaho Esports. We are here for a match, specifically the CCS match for Varsity Rocket League. I'm Maya Cox, and
I'm Amelia. Welcome back, everybody. We're starting the season off strong against Montana State University. Woo!
Yay! Let's see.
So, who are we having on our varsity team this year? Who has made it past tryouts?
This year, our coach is Great Britain. Our captain is Boofless, with the teammates of Zachman.
I believe we had Weedles, Zachman. The only new face that I remember is Logor? I hope I'm saying his name correctly. You guys can correct me later. You most definitely will. I hope so. Love to see the engagement. And we obviously have Boofless. We love to see Boofless. Zachman. I believe there is one person I am missing. Logor, Boofless, Zachman, and Dub the boss. How could I forget Dub? I'm so sorry. That's on me. Anyway, we got the screen up here. We're getting ready to head into the game. That will be happening soon. We do not have any information on our other teams, do we?
I think we have their names, but I'm not sure. Looks like we have Stan, Bitter Froze, and I do not know. Ham Machine, Sean, and Brittle Froze.
Interesting.
Yes.
I guess we'll see what they're made of up on the arena here. Looks like we have that orange and blue set up. Obviously, we're going to be orange. Not really obvious, honestly. It could go either way. I just think we're going to be orange.
Let's hope we are. Orange is a good color.
Any predictions for the game? I know you were looking at some of the stats for the varsity team from last year. How'd that make you feel?
Fairly confident. I've seen a few of the past streams as well from us, and I was I was watching one of the past scrimmages, I think.
Sweet. Okay, so high hopes for this season.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. I've noticed a lot of teamwork, even with some of the new people, which is awesome to see. I'm very excited.
Yay! Sorry you guys are stuck with our faces for now. We're hanging out in the waiting room, essentially, while we get ready here. Our teams are prepping for a solid match, and it will be, as we said earlier, an SCC match.
SCC, not CSS. Not CCS.
You know what? Yeah, SCC. We're doing great. In the corner, we have the cam on the players getting ready. We see Great Britain giving encouragement to his team because they're going to be doing amazing jobs. There we have Loger, Boofless, and our third man will be Zachman. We get the kickoff, and we're heading towards MSU's goal. And whoa, Loger comes in with that hit into the goal.
Right off the bat. That was amazing. Good use of just some last-second boosts.
A little bit, yeah. Lots of setup from the team. Great communication here. Logor takes the kickoff. It's bounced back by MSU, and we are in Vandal territory. Logor's taking control once again. Zachman's following for support. He comes up, trying to turn around the ball, and we get a demo. We see Boofless heading for the ball, and we're turning around to MSU's. Oh, their goal is not very guarded. There's Sean going after the ball, and we're going up. Logor tried to deflect. It goes to center. Little Pros gets it, and we're heading towards the Vandal goal. Woo! Nice little bounce off to the side, heading straight back to center, and it's a little iffy, but Boofless is taking it through until he gets demoed, and we are heading back to Vandal goal posts up top, thankfully, and we're able to take back the ball unless Sean gets it back. There's Logor taking it across midfield. Little Pro steals it, and we're back heading towards MSU's territory. Ham Machine, Little Pros, and Sean are over in that corner. Bounces off the side. Boofless is passing to the center. We're moving it around, trying to turn it around here, get it up the wall, but it's stopped by Ham Machine, and we are back in Vandal territory. Here we go at half point. Zachman takes it, sends it to the center to Boofless. Boofless gets the pass, but loses it, and we're kind of fighting over the ball here. It's a little bit of a tennis match. Ham Machine's in that corner ready to take the ball, passes it to Pros, and there's a miss on the air dribbling here, trying to redirect the ball. Here we go to the other side, and our Vandals are heading straight for the goal, only for Little Pros to meet them in air. Lots of technical skill I'm seeing here. Amazing ball work, amazing air work, fantastic control. Boofless gets demoed along. Actually, they both get demoed. I think that was like a double demo kind of thing. Never seen that before. That's interesting. Zachman and Logor taking control, sending it back into MSU territory. We get it into that corner, straight in front of the goal, and Boofless scores.
Watching that replay really quick.
Yeah, I mean,
against all odds with two other of the opposing teammates trying to block it.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive score, and we are back at kickoff. Logor gets the advantage. Boofless goes to the air to meet it, but unfortunately it's stolen by MSU. We are turning around to Vandal territory, only for Zachman to meet at halfway, and turns it back towards MSU. Logor gets the support and pushes it forward a little more. Sean's taking around the corner, but Boofless stops the pursuit, and Little Pros blocks a score. Zachman went for a second hit. Yeah.
Just on the post.
Just on the post. Getting really close here. I love to see the aggression. There we have a bit of a whiff from the Vandals, and Little Pros takes it to Vandal territory, and we are moving it back around the corner. Boofless goes after the ball. Sean gets to it first. Little Pros turns it around. Zachman stops that forward movement, and we're taking it back. It goes around the corner. We're at halfway mark. Ham Machine takes that momentum and pushes forward, but we have an amazing defense in Zachman, Logor, and Boofless. All the rotation. Fantastic job, and Logor gets a point.
Logor seems to be a top scorer currently.
Yes, he is working with rotations to get into a very good offensive position. Fantastic setups by our Vandals here. So proud of them.
Amazing teamwork from both sides, actually.
Sean takes advantage of the kickoff here, but is quickly turned around by Zachman, launched all the way into MSU territory, gets up into the air. Logor takes it and sends it farther, but unfortunately Ham Machine and Sean are on defense. Little Pros takes off onto the offense to chase the ball, but we get it into their corner. We're keeping it. We're holding on to that aggression. We're in their goal, but unfortunately posts off the side, and we're turning it around. We're able to keep mostly control of it. Boofless turns it around at Vandal, and there we go, back into the corner of MSU. We see them taking it to our territory, heading towards our goal, gets it into our corner, and a few demos here that could be disadvantageous to us. Thankfully, respawn's quick, but those few moments can mean everything for the team. Zachman turns it around, and we get it past the halfway. Sean tries to go for the ball, misses, and there we have our Vandals holding defense. That's fantastic. Zachman takes to the air. He has a clear shot. Oh, no, never mind. They appeared out of nowhere. That's fantastic. And bounces off the ceiling. Boofless is ready, but he gets demoed by Sean. Ham Machine comes as support and tries to get it further into our goal. Bounces off the corner, and we are taking it back to MSU goal. And there we go. It's in the air. Heading back to our goal. Boofless is turning it around. He's ready. He's ready. Sean's trying to bounce it back into our territory. Gets it around the corner. Heads to the center, but is deflected. Zachman taking it forward. He might get that goal, and he gets a clear shot. That is 4-0.
A little bit of a side note, but hey, we finally have the scoreboard back up.
Woo!
I was wondering where that went.
Yeah, it's been kind of disappearing. I don't know. Not my problem. 26 seconds left. Here's the kickoff. MSU tried to get that kickoff in their advantage, but Boofless took it. Fantastic, picking up some of those pennies, and we are heading back to Vandal territory. Sean bounces it to the corner, but our defense is solid, and we are keeping them away from our goal. Here we are back on MSU. Boofless heading towards the center, and we might... Oh, no, that was a perfect flip from Ham Machine. Great save. I have to compliment that. But we still have most control over the ball. We're keeping them away from... Oh.
Nice.
And that is the first game against MSU.
That was a beautiful match.
Yeah. So we are going to do a little switcheroo here. And I've introduced Maya, one of our new casters this year. You've seen her face a few times. But now we're going to switch around, and you will be meeting Q, another caster of ours that you will be seeing. Ooh.
Hello, everybody. My name is Quentin. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, glad to have you on stream, and we will be starting the second game soon. You ready?
Absolutely. That first match was pretty exciting, honestly.
I mean, there's a lot of action. Wow. Yeah, no scoreboard. No. I don't know why. Oh, we should be heading back into the... Okay, there we go. You gotta push buttons to get into the game. Here we have starting off in MSU territory. Oh, is it a replay?
It does appear so.
No, it's not.
I know, because the score's reset. Yeah.
Yeah, this is live. I saw the little green mark on the scoreboard. I'm like, I know. Logor gets it back across the halfway point, sends it over to Zachman and Boofless. We push on offensive, but Little Pros turns it around. He has a clear goal, but unfortunately posts off the side for him. Logor with that great defense. We're coming around the corner. Ham Machine's trying to push forward. Oh, he has 2 Vandals on him, and Zachman gets over the offensive push. Sean takes it back. We're kind of stuck in this little corner here. Little Pros pushing forward. Logor deflecting. Boofless sends it flying, only to get deflected. It looks like they've taken on a much stronger offense, and Ham Machine takes the first point of the second game.
Seems like they've gotten significantly more aggressive since the first game. I think they don't want to be trapped in the back like they were in the beginning of the first match.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little kick to get started. But here we are on kickoff. Sorry, I did not mean to make that pun. And Sean takes the advantage of the kickoff. Logor sends it over. Zachman pushes further. Sean's ready to deflect on defense, but unfortunately for them, Zachman's right there. Ham Machine gets a nice save there, and we're crossing the half. Here we have Zachman ready to defend. Post up top. We're coming around the corner. A demo from Boofless allows us to keep the offense and control of the ball. Ball's in the air. Lots of bouncing around here, so lots of momentum. Got to be careful not to be demoed by the ball. And Zachman pushes forward. Boofless with amazing defense sends it past the halfway mark, and we are in MSU territory once again. Hopefully we keep it there this time. Zachman misses that ball, and Little Pros takes control. We're coming around the corner. Boofless blocks, and Sean is ready to take the ball back, but Boofless is still pushing forward, gets it to the air. Zachman takes it from there. Boofless sends it to center. It goes across the side. Little Pros pushing it forward. Logor is following the ball with Zachman right there. We get that demo, and we are coming back, but Sean is not letting up. Zachman in the corner, and he's pushing forward. Here we are pushing back into MSU territory. Ham Machine's fighting for his life over there. And oh no.
Unfortunate
that
timing.
How do you feel about that?
I think that was more Logor pushing it in than Ham Machine.
So, never mind. It's first game of the season. We don't need that kind of negativity right now.
No, absolutely.
Pushing into MSU territory real quick. Sean takes to the air and blocks our push forward. Ham Machine turns the ball around, taking it around the corner. Zachman steals. Sean steals from Zachman, and Logor's pushing down the center. Going to the side. Little Pros tries to chase the ball, does not get there. Ham Machine's going up, bounces it to the center, and Zachman flips it and sends it to Boofless. Sean gets that block, but we are moving back into Vandal territory. Posts off the side. Sean is not able to get that shot. Boofless sending it into the air. Zachman and Logor ready to help with that. Some air dribbling, and it's kind of just going back and forth right now. Little Pros fighting with Logor in the center, and Little Pros taking it into Vandal territory, getting ready for that shot. Boofless is not letting that happen, but It gets to the corner. Hand Machine's going after it with Zachman right there. Zachman gets it across the line, and Little Pros sends it back. Lots of fighting here. Good to see it. Love the aggression on both sides. Boofless gets it. Nice shot towards center, but Hand Machine does block. Zachman's keeping it in their corner, and we are able to keep up that offense. Fantastic to see it. Sean's getting ready to...
Nice.
Oh, nope. Zachman got that point, though.
The coordination leading up to that shot was insane. Both teams are setting up such fantastic plays with one another.
They really are. They have their rotations locked down, and it's fantastic to see their communications on point. They just know where to move. Zachman goes for the kickoff, but Little Pro steals it, goes, and we turn it around to MSU territory. Post up top, Sean takes it around the corner. Logor's following, Zachman steals, sends it to the other side, and we see Boofless steal the ball from them. Zachman gets it, tries to get some control over it. Little Pros tries to steal it, does not work, and we get a second goal in, what, 10 seconds?
The game is back to being even. It's as
Yes.
if the first 3.5 minutes didn't mean anything. Well, I wouldn't say that,
Yeah, that's fair. It's 2-2 now.
but it seems like momentum is starting to go back into U of I's favor after the rough start for this section.
The aggression probably surprised the Vandals because they didn't see as much of it. Zachman takes the air, gets a few ceiling dribbles, but falls to Little Pros. Little Pros goes to the air. Logor tried to steal, but didn't work out. Boofless takes it from center, and Sean tries to redirect it. Does not work out. Zachman bounces it to the ground. Boofless takes it, and we are back in MSU territory. Here we have pass to the center, goes off to the side, and Sean takes control with Hand Machine and Little Pros supporting. We are back on defense. Zachman's trying to turn it around. He does have all three right there. It's not a great situation, but thankfully Boofless is ready to support with Logor stealing it. Hand Machine does get the ball back into Vandal territory. Zachman's working on defense. We have a few boosts ready, but not on Boofless. And Little Pros bounces off the wall. Here we go. We are in their corner. Ready at center, but Hand Machine's on defense and pushes into Vandal territory. Zachman passes to Boofless. Boofless gets it into the air, ready for that center shot, but Little Pros is not letting that happen. He uses his boost and slams it to the ground. Here we are back on another push forward. Hand Machine is working so hard on that defense, but the Vandals are not letting up. Zachman sent a shot to the center. Little Pros on that defense. Boofless tries to steal from Little Pros, but does not work out. Logor meets Sean on the air, and there is the third point.
Last minute score.
Last second. If we can get a kickoff point, that'd be fantastic. I'd like
It'd be
that.
incredible if they managed to pull something off like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're making a much better showing than the first game.
Oh, absolutely. MSU came back with a... I don't think they got the kickoff point.
They
but
did not get the kickoff point.
MSU has definitely saw the first game and were like, we're not letting that happen again.
Yeah, fairly... Average scores have been pretty good. Okay.
Something I've definitely noticed is that MSU is far more bloodthirsty than U of I when it comes to demos. They try and take out the players more often so they can try and go for those free points.
Yeah. Demos, I don't really care about demos. I know they have their uses. Don't yell at me.
But the respawn is so short that by the time you've even taken out your opponent, they're already back at their base.
Yes, I think demos should be used strategically in the moment, but other than that, they're kind of a waste of a boost. Sorry. Anyway, here we are back at kickoff. Logor gets the advantage, sends it down to the center for Boofless to bounce off to the corner. Trying to set up, a Little Pro steals it. We're getting back into Vandal territory, but Zachman blocks that forward push. Boofless sends it back. Sean is ready as defense, trying to bring it around the corner. Logor meets him, gets that momentum up, and oh my gosh, it bounces out, but Logor follows up. That's what we want. We want the follow through. Great job.
Really just shot through 3 cars right there. Magnificent shot.
That is what they wouldn't have been able to do anything if they tried. They had already moved.
Too good.
Back on kickoff, 1-0. Logor goes for the kick and gets it to the side. Little Pros takes the advantage, goes for a clear shot, but Vandals are quick on the defense. Unfortunately, Hand Machine takes advantage of the position Boofless and Zachman were in and rolls off the top of them into a goal.
Both teams are, I think they sense the how close it's been so far with this being the final match. They have to be incredibly careful with how they play at this point.
Mm-hmm. So true. Ham Machine gets that kickoff advantage. Boofless takes it, turns it around into MSU territory. We have Ham Machine and Little Pros in that corner ready to take it. Logor turns it around once again, and we are going back and forth. Zachman prevents it from getting into Vandal territory. Ham Machine takes to the air, and Boofless is ready, redirecting to a corner. Sean meets him, and it's a little bit of a fight. We're up in that top corner. Sean's trying to take control once again. Little Pros gets it and sends it back. We love to see the rotations here. All of that teamwork. Fantastic job. Logor and Boofless working together to get it past Ham Machine. Ham Machine turns it around, but Zachman's not letting that happen. Stops momentum and continuously guards against Ham Machine. Takes it to the other side of the Vandal field, and Logor is ready to help with Boofless. Posts off the side. Little Pros is trying to get that goal. Does not work. Ham Machine's chasing down Zachman. Zachman passes Ham Machine and Sean and gets it into MSU territory. Gets turned around pretty quick. Goes for the goal. Logor gets that beautiful block.
Fantastic save.
Yeah, that was great, actually. Perfect timing and great angles here. Back to MSU territory. Boofless went for that center shot. Gets turned around by Ham Machine. Ham Machine passes by one, but does not get past Logor. And Little Pros turns it back around. Zachman's not letting that happen. A little bit of a tit for tat here as Sean gets it back into Vandal corners. Logor sends it forward. He has full boosts, which is pretty useful right now.
Nice
and
shot.
there we go. There we see that second point.
I never expected to get tense over a game like Rocket League, I'm going to be honest.
It's fantastic. I love Rocket League so much. Let's go Vandals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, back at kickoff. Sean goes for the ball first, clashes with Boofless, goes to the side. Little Pros tries to get to it first, succeeds, sends it over to Vandal goal, and Zachman is making sure they don't keep control. Off in that corner, gets it to Boofless. Now we're moving forward. Ham Machine went to go pick up some boosts, and we're in MSU territory. Zachman's prepared, but Sean does get that defense. Nice ball control, but doesn't have it for long as Boofless sends it over to the little corner. Sorry, I said corner and then Little Pros. It just happened.
Hard to keep up with all the action.
Zachman and Boofless teaming up as we see a heavy push forward in offense from MSU. Moving past the halfway, we are in MSU territory. Ham Machine on defense. Sean takes it with Little Pros going forward. Zachman's trying to get it out of the corner, and Logor pushes past Little Pros and gets attacked by Ham Machine, really. Sean steals it, and we are going back and forth once again. Wow. Nice launch into MSU territory. Back into corner. Little Pros has it. Where are the Vandals? There we go. That was a miss. Okay. Anyway, bounce off to center. We are back in MSU territory with Boofless taking control of the ball. Sends it to center. Zachman's ready in the other corner. Ham Machine takes control. Sean gets that block. Very beautiful block, honestly. Sends it into the air for his team to take. And we are going back and forth. The Little Pros taking it across the field line. And Sean's taking it to the corner. Boofless, Zachman, and Logor are all ready for Ham Machine's push to offense. Sean's ready for rotate back to defense as we move into MSU territory. There we go. They don't even get very deep into MSU's field before we're back into Vandal territory, getting pushed into a corner. That's not great. Zachman with those fantastic saves, though, and Logor moving it past the midfield line. Here we go. Little Pros in that corner, but he's not able to keep too much. Oh, no. He got it.
1 minute left. If the Vandals can keep the point and just stop MSU from even scoring, they can just stall out the game.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of play that actually works at collegiate level.
Absolutely. You have to be able to make those plays.
Exactly.
Like that ricochet shot. Beautiful work.
Exactly. Wonderful off the post goal here by Boofless with a nice setup from Logor and passes by all three defenders. Beautiful third point.
40 seconds left on the match. Let's see if MSU can
I have seen it happen, so let's not bring that into existence. Zachman and Sean clash in the center for Little Pros to get advantage of the ball, only for Boofless to turn it around. Logor there for support. We have Sean on defense, steals the ball and launches it right into Zachman's hands, and he gets it back into MSU territory. Little Pros is using those boosts, trying to get into Vandal territory. We need that rotate. There we go. Boofless and Zachman were ready. Logor chasing the ball down, and we are going up the wall and heading straight for the goal. Are we going to do it? Nope. Sean Sean blocks us. And Ham Machine's taking it back to Vandal territory. Logor's not going to let that happen. Taking it over to the side. And we have Sean and Little Pros ready for defense. Ham Machine's gets the ball and sends it forward. There we have a Sean demoing Zachman. Whoa!
Small miss. Oh. They can still try and go for this last score.
But it does not work. That was honestly wonderful control all around. I loved seeing a few of those air tricks.
Absolutely. Showing off a little bit of style after after barely keeping off MSU from the goal at the last minute.
Mm-hmm. I mean, anything you noticed in the game?
MSU definitely had a rough start, but they definitely started bringing it back in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the third game, U of I started to get too much momentum, especially after their first point, and MSU just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, we had a lot more, I would say, what? Okay.
That was at 5.
I'm good with it. More Rocket League
content.
for me.
This is one of your favorite games, correct?
Yes, it is. I might switch you and Maya out once again, but we could discuss that later. Here we have a lot of clashes around here. Boofless going for the ball. Misses. Little Pros also misses. Bounces off the ground. Nobody's touching the ball. Fantastic job, everybody. Ham Machine with the defense. Little Pros goes for it. And we have Zachman and Logor ready for defense. Sends it up into the air in Vandal corner. Here we have Boofless. Nice block from Boofless. Zachman ready. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Sean there with the prediction. If he wasn't there, that would have been a straight point.
It really, really was.
Oh, they
Sorry,
got a
I'm
double demo off.
Loving that. Logor for the shot, but blocked by Ham Machine. Zachman bringing it back up the side. And we have Boofless ready off. That's actually a nice setup. Sometimes you don't have the right angle for a shot, so you hit it off the side for a teammate to shoot it in. So nice setup by Boofless. Unfortunately, the defense was a little too strong there. Zachman here on defense, getting ready, sending it back to Logor and Boofless over on MSU's side. Little Pros is sending it back over the midfield line. Sean trying to take it to the air. Logor blocking, and Ham Machine taking it to the corner, trying to get a little bit more control. Send it to the center. Logor does not let that happen and shoots it all the way to MSU's side. Zachman taking it through the corner, bounces off the side, and we have Little Pros trying to take control. Logor and Boofless ready to push that offense. Ham Machine on defense pushes it back to the corner, and Little Pros is following up, only for Logor to get that point. Beautiful.
Great shot from the corner. Absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Wow. He's a Season 9 Grand Champion? Sweet.
I'm assuming that means a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have 3 Grand Champions on our varsity team right now. 3 or 4.
That sounds like a stacked team.
It really is. Great team this season and last season. Boofless comes around the corner. Zachman posts up top for Logor to get a second shot, but it posts up top as well. Little Pros turns it around. Only for Logor and Zachman to chase ahead. Logor gets a demo on Little Pros. Zachman tries to push it out of Vandal corner, but Ham Machine and Boofless are fighting over the ball. We're getting it forward. Sean steals it, turns it around. Nice little boost there. Zachman pushes it to the other side and gets it past the midfield. Little Pros chasing the ball. Zachman getting to it first. It centered. Oh, that's not great. Ham Machine took advantage and got that first point for their team.
It was such a clean shot, and Boofless almost was able to make it, and then Zachman was just an inch off from blocking that shot.
Yeah, a lot of the time, defense and offense is just angles and height. It's very difficult and technical when you get down to it. Logor in the air, sends it to the side. Ham Machine takes control. We have Boofless ready on the defense, takes it away, only for Sean to miss that defense, and Boofless takes advantage, sends it forward. Ham Machine demos Boofless. Sean gets control of the ball in that brief respite, and here we have it turning around. Zachman stealing the ball. Boofless heading forward. Ham Machine blocks, and Zachman's ready to attack with Boofless on his side. Logor's ready at midfield for the defense. Tries to get the ball, does not get to it quite fast enough. Sean went for that center shot, but Zachman blocks. And here we have them passing midfield once again into MSU territory. Ham Machine tries to stop momentum, does a little bit, gets it to Pros, but Logor's ready in the air and sends it over to Boofless. Zachman's ready as support, bounces it off the ceiling. We're back in Vandal territory. Logor's ready for defense. Zachman turning it around. Sean stealing it back, ready for that goal. But unfortunately for them, we have a very solid defense here. And we are ready to move to the side. Ham Machine getting that corner once again, but Boofless on that post, ready to defend. That is a solid setup for defense. We had a Vandal at each post that allows for some pretty covered goalieing, I guess.
It's pretty amazing how quickly they can react to all of these plays.
Yes, rotations are extremely important, and reading the ball and where your team is going is, let's just say, it's a lot of practice, and our varsity team and their varsity team, they're doing a fantastic job as well. They have to be aware of everything all of the time.
Absolutely, because they could be anywhere on this map. It looks small, but that's only because they travel so quickly.
Yep, so true. Zachman coming around off of a missed shot. Logor on defense, fighting against Ham Machine. He centers it. Boofless and Zachman redirect to the side. Passes midfield. Little Pro's chasing the ball, but Zachman gets to first. Bounces off the ground. No one has control of it. Boofless tries, misses. Ham Machine does get it off the center. Sean sending it forward. We might be going into overtime. Who knows? Little Pros bounces it off the side. Vandal territory. Ham Machine tries to get it to center. Logor and Zachman are preventing that. We're taking it across the goal. That's a little too close for comfort, please.
I agree. Get that out of there.
Boofless and Zachman taking it to the corner. Ham Machine has control of the ball, but unfortunately does not keep control. Little Pros tries to go for it, but Zachman is holding on to that control, that possession, and we are in MSU territory. Logor went for that shot. Little Pros saves, and here we are in overtime. First to get a shot will win this game, and we will see if this ends the series or not.
If UI can get this point, it would be the end of first match and a very strong point. MSU does still have a chance, though.
No, it'd be end of the series.
End of the series?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry, a little distracted. Logor going for that goal, but defended against. Boofless and Zachman trying to go for another one. Sean holding strong on that defense. Little Pros trying to go for it, but Zachman steals it. Ham Machine on that offense. Definitely a more offensive player. It's great to see it, honestly. Great to see a little bit of a challenge for Vandals. Logor going for that shot, and we get that last point, ending the series in Vandals' favor, 3-1.
Incredible setup by Boofless for that last scoring shot. Logor has made some impressive scores so far.
I know, it's great to see. I'm loving this new team. Yeah, we have a Season 4 Grand Champion, a Season 9 Grand Champion, and a Season 13 Grand Champion, and that's just on this lineup. I'm pretty sure Weedles is also a Season Grand Champion.
Oh my. That is...
Yeah.
The amount of talent that we have centered here on the Rocket League is quite astounding.
It really, really is. What was I thinking of?
Weedles.
Yeah, I was thinking of Weedles. Weedles is awesome. We had a wonderful introduction to our Rocket League team. We already had our introduction to Valorant. Rocket League's better anyway.
Not biased at all, by the way.
Oh, no, I am.
Objectively better.
We had a wonderful match against MSU. I gotta thank them for a great showing, honestly. Love to see their teamwork, their response times. I am pink on screen. That's great. Anything to add?
Sounds fantastic. This was a fantastic first opportunity to cast for U of I. I'm super excited to continue doing this forward. The Rocket League team is fantastic. Watching their energy and their comms in here has been absolutely amazing. I'm so thankful that I got to be here.
We will be having an interview just now with the coach, Great Britain. Glad to see him again, and Q will be hosting that.
Sounds fantastic.
I will get out of the way.
Right now? Oh, right now? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, ask that. Are you my host right now?
I will be your host. You get the cool guy.
Thank you.
And the headset's right there.
Sweet. Tell me when we're live.
I think we're still live.
We're live? Man, I came on here wearing sweatpants, dude. I was told you guys weren't going to do me dirty.
I got completely overdressed, as you can tell.
Oh, man. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
So how do you feel having such a fantastic match tonight?
Dude, I am pumped. My heart was thumping the whole time. I'm like out of breath right now. I was so into it, and I'm not even playing. But I'm super happy with today's match. I think we're at our top level. I think we're at a higher place than we were last year. So I'm just feeling like
You could definitely see the results. Your players were absolutely fantastic on the field.
oh, I know. They're going insane. Zach's just been doing great. He's been hitting some crazy bump plays. Logan's just been an excellent shooter. He's our new redshirt freshman on the team. And Boofless, Seth has just always been an all-around great player, really reliable, and his mechanics have just gone up exponentially in the last, 3 months.
Absolutely, absolutely. So from what I can tell, it seems like your players' coordination are really well. Have they been knowing each other for very long, or are they brand new with each other?
So, yeah, this is actually Zach, man, and Boofless, they've been playing together for about a year now. And Logan, being our new guy, I mean, he's our brand new addition to the team. So, all in all, I mean, we've only been playing together for about 2 weeks, maybe.
Really? Only
Yeah,
2
so we're
weeks?
feeling really good right now. Our communication and our rotations are just starting to click. And I feel like we're Montana, that we were playing, great team. Their mechanics are crazy, but their synergy wasn't there like ours was. So we might not be at the same mechanical level, but our team play was really working out, as I'm sure you probably saw.
It seems like you guys are reading each other's minds with the plays that are getting set up, especially between Logor and Boofless. The synergy for only 2 weeks doesn't even seem believable.
Yeah, no, I agree. And part of that is coming down to just doing some new plays, new practice types. We've been practicing this way where essentially I put them into a lobby and I have them do something together, but none of them are allowed to talk. So they're only allowed to read car language, body language, basically.
Really? That is a fascinating strategy.
So that's what we were practicing yesterday, and I actually think it's been really helping with just trying to figure out where you fit into the flow of things, because it's very liquid, right? So it was really cool to see that all happen.
And it can save you a lot of time rather than having to waste words. You can just see what your allies are going for.
Right, absolutely. And another thing we're working on is over communicating. So, we'll have days where we don't have any comms, we're trying to set up that mindset of where you are in the rotation, but also just really making sure we're not trying to hit double commits. There were a few points towards the end of the game where we were hitting 2 people or 3 people on the same ball, and luckily we didn't get scored on in those scenarios. But those
As a matter of fact, you guys managed to get through their triple commitments, which was a fantastic shot, by the way.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And especially if it's in the air, we just got to make sure that we're, locked in and not giving them too much space, because obviously they can score on us. I mean, I'm sure you saw there was that one little dribbler that just kind of waltzed in. So we still kind of have to work on some small things here and there, but I'm super pumped with how they're doing right now.
And if this is what you guys have been able to accomplish with only 2 weeks, the things you're able to do as the season progresses is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Absolutely, absolutely. How did you guys feel during the second round when MSU managed to score a round?
Well, we knew going into this they were going to be a good team. And when we took the first round, we felt real good. We felt great.
Absolutely.
The second round, I think, was when the ego kind of pushed itself away and we had a little bit of reality come in. And I'm glad that we didn't let it get too much in our heads, because I knew that we had the tools, we had the plays, and we were just looking for our opportunities, and they finally showed up. And we didn't get tilted. That's the biggest thing. We're trying to not ever get tilted, no matter how small. It's keeping that mindset and keeping that fresh head space is always super important.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Is there anything you specifically noticed about MSU that you could take advantage of for your own players?
Specifically, I noticed that one of their players was always rotating to the front post, and that's a big no-no, especially in threes matchups, because that just leaves a huge portion of the goal open. So what we started to do is we started to calculate, if he's on front post, if we shoot more behind him, that's actually how we were able to take most of our goals in that first game. And they did kind of tighten up towards the end, but I think just kind of keeping in mind, that front post is so exponentially difficult to guard in comparison to the back post. So just making
there's
sure
so many more angles that you're able to shoot from, right?
Right, exactly. And just you have less time too, you have that extra space to deal with when you're on the back post versus the front post. So just, I think that was a prime example of what not to do in certain scenarios, because obviously they're a good team, but that was a pretty key moment in our offense getting through their defense.
So you noticed that one weakness, and you guys abused it
Oh
maliciously.
yeah, we hammered in on that. I pointed it out early in that game, but I feel like they knew. I didn't even have to tell them. They were just on it.
It sounds like your guys' team has been fantastic so far.
Undefeated so far in this league. We did lose a game last week, but that was a scrimmage, so we're not going to count it.
Not official record,
but they were
doesn't count.
But they were a great team, and we learned a lot. So we do a lot of play reviews. So any game we lose, we're going to be checking it out. So tomorrow we're going to check out game 2, really kind of dive in on what were the problems that we ran into and how do we alleviate them going into next week.
Absolutely, be able to improve off your previous performance. How are you guys? What are your opinions for the rest of the season? Do you think it's going to continue going strong like this?
This is the best we've done leading into a season, so I can only hope that we continue this momentum. And I feel like we're at a level that we're really comfortable and really confident. And I think we're all starting to hit that point where we're not sure how to get better. So we just got to kind of really hammer in those little tiny details to really keep going.
Those player reviews, I'm sure, are going to be super useful for that, especially if you guys do manage to keep your momentum, which I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. I would personally be excited to see the rest of your games and how they turn out.
Yeah, me too.
Do you guys happen to know who your next opponent is going to be?
Don't put me on the spot like that. I'll know when the guy in the league just tags us and says, "Here's your matchup." I'll know then, but I'm sure I could figure it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you have any other thoughts or words about the game that you'd like to share?
No, not really. Go Vandals.
Absolutely, go Vandals.
Thanks a lot for the interview. Appreciate it.
No problem. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
You're all good. I managed to save it. Well, thank you for joining us for the interview. That was their coach, Great Britain. We're going to take a short break and get things set up for the rest of the stream.
Hello. I'm a new person on this podcast, this stream.
Yeah, so we're doing a guest caster, the coach, Great Britain, and obviously I already introduced
Yeah.
myself, but I'm Amelia if you're just joining, and we're about to do some Rocket League staff content.
Sweet.
Yay.
Yeah. I was, I'm really hoping for some tight matches here. I don't know what to expect. I don't know anybody's experience with Rocket League in this scenario besides the players.
Yeah.
I hope that it's not just a carry fest and it's, one player and the other player doing all the work. I hope that there's a little bit of back and forth, but, we'll see.
So what I know is that a few of the members of staff have never touched Rocket League.
Okay. Well, that's great. That makes for good content, I think.
So I think we're going to have a few people running backwards when they're supposed to be going forward.
Okay.
Almost no air dribbling.
I'm very curious if there's going to be any customization or if they're going to be going in with default cars, because I feel like if they choose cars, I'll be able to know their play style from their initial pick.
They probably will choose if they can.
I think they should. Somebody in
They
the
should.
lab should ensure that happens, because I would love to see that. What's your car? If you were to choose a car, do you know any of them?
Choose a car?
Yeah.
I don't know any of their names. I
Okay.
only know their shapes.
Okay. Which shapes stand out to you?
So the one Boofless has? It's like boxy. I would choose that one.
Nice.
And I would pick red because it's my favorite color.
Nice.
And one person last semester had this really cool goal cinematic of sakura blossoms. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I love really in-depth customization. I think Rocket League has a good amount. So it's you can really get your style to pop out in these kinds of games, which I just love. And it's mostly free. I mean, obviously there's some things that you might pay for, you might get a rocket pass or whatever, but customization is key. I am also the type that'll anti-customize my cars, so I'll try to make the ugliest possible thing to kind of throw the enemy off a little bit of
love that.
placebo. Yeah.
I love that so much. And honestly, for Rocket League being a car game, it has much more customization than I would have ever thought possible.
Oh, yeah. Way more.
I love just looking at the cars during the waiting screen when we get to see the waiting screen. Sometimes
Right.
we don't get that.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing them. And sometimes they have those little add-ons on top, and it's just so cute.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan. Although there are some things where if you're really good at Rocket League, you don't wear a topper and you don't do antennas. So you'll notice that a lot of our players are without toppers or antennas. It's like the pro thing.
Oh, sad.
I know. It's like they just give up this joy that customization can give you.
Just have it
Yeah.
and prove that you're better.
Yeah. My personal car, I rock a little succulent flower on top. I love it. It's my favorite.
So cute. I love succulents.
Yeah, a little plant for the antenna. So it's just like a little dandelion that flops all around and stuff.
Yes.
What do you expect today? Who do we have playing? Do we know?
So I know Maya is playing.
Okay.
There is a varsity player on each team. I think you would know more.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
who's playing.
Seth and Carson are our varsity players on each team.
Okay.
Seth being Boofless, Carson being Weedles. Weedles has not made his appearance in this season as far as our regulation matches go, but he is our sub, so he's still on the team, still plays with us every week, and he's got skills just like the rest of them.
Weedles is pretty awesome. He
He
is
works
a
here.
season. Yeah.
He is a caster, or
No, he is broadcast.
he's just on. Okay, so he's on the back end. Nice.
He's a grand champion as well.
He's not. No.
Oh, okay.
Carson is diamond at the moment, I believe.
Okay.
He would be embarrassed of me saying that out loud, so hopefully he didn't catch that.
I think we're echoing in the room. To
Oh,
be
good.
completely honest.
Oh, good. I love that. He's going to come over here and just give me a glare at some point, but it's okay. I'm diamond right now, too. I've been trying to encapsulate this idea that your rank is pretty unimportant. We're all here to synergize and connect, right? But really, the best way to get good at a game is to get really bad first. You got to dive hard, lose your
See
rank,
all
accept
the
that it's
things
worthless.
that you shouldn't do.
But that's the thing. It's everyone's so scared to lose a rank. I don't want to lose my grand champ, my whatever. But it's you have to allow the loss to get the wins. Can't appreciate a sunny day without some rainy ones.
Exactly. Nice philosophy. I like that.
Oh yeah, I took that from Dane Cook.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What I was expecting. I believe Daniel is also on staff
Okay.
for that. And is it Dakota? One of our newer staff members for social media will be competing.
Oh, good. I didn't know we had a staff social media spot.
We do.
That's awesome.
actually. Yeah.
That's super cool. What are all the positions? Are there any positions we're looking for?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
So-
those casters.
We are looking for more casters. We'd love more casters. It'd make our lives so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's social media, who I believe they're running under Autumn as lead now, but
Okay.
I'm not completely sure. We're having a meeting later.
Yeah.
Lab staff is always welcome because Sam has a ton of things for anybody to do.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of back end stuff that people don't expect for an esports organization. Like Sam is the one that does all the things that nobody else wants to do.
Yep.
And she does it great. She's so good at knocking
That
these
she
things
does.
out. She'll come up to me and be like, "I need you right now to come with me," and I'm like, "Okay, absolutely, whatever you need."
Pretty much, if she needs one of my casters for a few hours in the middle of the day, I'm like, cool.
Yeah. So that's most of them, right? And is there any like event
No.
organization staff or anything?
Yes, there is. So we have
Cool.
event organization. We have graphics design. We have broadcast. Gosh, we have so much.
Yeah.
And like even within all of those sections, there's like little mini jobs that everybody does.
Can I plug some positions in my department?
Yes, please do.
So for people that are possibly watching, I work in the video production department, which has to do with photo and video marketing for the university. So we're looking for some staff members to help us kind of get going in certain projects and kind of help us just alleviate some of the projects and kind of spread them out a little bit more. So we're looking for people that can video edit. We're looking for people that can do photos. And even if you don't know how, we can teach you. So if you're into it or you want to come try and work for us, feel free. Hit me up. My email is BRITTON. That's Britain at uidaho.edu. Just shoot me a message. I can probably point you in the right direction. But yeah, even if you know nothing, it's a good time. We all have fun. My boss is cool. We all just hang out and kind of just talk, and we're all chill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, sweet. We got
Oh.
people in here now.
And it looks like
Oh, that's my car. I'm the green one.
sweet.
Yeah. Just wanted to point that out there because, it looks sweet. It's green.
It's beautiful. I love the water style. Is that like a water decal?
Yeah. I can't remember what the exact name is, and I literally just found out about it when I logged in yesterday, so I couldn't tell you exactly what the pattern is, but it's some kind of like aqua, wavy, like there's kind of like a kelp texture behind
yeah?
the neon a little bit.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, we got a couple. So this is called a Stocktane. This is what you'll hear occasionally, and that usually just means a default car. And it's not. I'm not gonna say that you're not good at the game if you drive a Stocktane, because it can be very deciding of like this player is a Smurf, so they have a Stocktane. They don't customize. They just go straight into matchmaking, with their new account. We got another Stocktane. We got actually new wheels.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got some non-stock wheels. So, okay, I'm liking this so far.
little bit of customization.
Yeah.
All right. Pink car?
Pink car, I don't know who's on the pink. I don't think that's any of our players, although I could be wrong. And I'm not sure why people are joining me, because I don't know who is manning this lobby. I'm pretty sure that is an empty chair people are joining into this lobby from.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
Wyatt, is anybody manning my station right there? Oh, okay. There is somebody. Oh, good.
It looks like people are having fun with the lights.
I love the lights, although I
they
don't like how they make my skin change colors mid-cast.
Yeah, I was pink.
Yeah, we're still kind of pink.
Yep. And then I was pale as a vampire when they had the white lights on. Mm-hmm. And yeah, lighting and I don't get along.
Yeah. Well, it would help you with lighting? If you joined our team, we'll teach you how to light a room and a subject perfectly.
I do already have a job. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just struggle to do our workload. It's fine.
Yeah. Isn't that how it usually is in video production?
Oh yeah. Way too much work to do. Not enough people to do it. And then sometimes you lose files. That's always a great time when you lose files. Oh,
Plus, the
joy.
deadlines are always way too close.
well, sometimes they're very arbitrary too. Sometimes they're like, I need it by this day, but it's like, do you really need it by this day?
It's like, couldn't it wait for like another week?
Yeah, and most of the time it can. So, it's whatever.
We're blue now.
I'll take that. At least that's not really close to natural skin tone, so you could assume that's not what I look like. But
Yeah.
Oh, we got 6 people in the lobby now.
Yay!
I think we're just waiting on one more at this point.
Okay.
Because beyond me being the caster or the host.
And I think they're probably just going to put you on observer.
I think so. I think that
Yeah.
would make sense. But with me as, I'm not party leader. That's good. I'm just here.
You're just here?
I'm just existing in this lobby.
Yes.
Whoever's got the crown in the bottom, that's the party leader. But obviously there's no picture, so I have no idea who it is.
Interesting. Why aren't there pictures?
So if you play on Steam, you can see other people's Steam pictures. But on Epic, they have different privacy regulations and whatnot.
Okay.
So I think with Epic, it's just like standard, here's just a profile picture that looks like a silhouette of a person.
Like, a person exists behind this profile picture,
Yeah.
but you're not going to see them.
Right. Okay, so what's your profile picture for most things? What do you normally set?
Actually, okay, so I am a D&D nerd.
Okay,
So
understandable.
my profile pic for Discord and most of the gaming things that I do is my one of my D&D characters.
Do you view yourself as this D&D character in some ways?
No, I just think she's really pretty.
Yeah, I like it. With the glowing white eyes, red face, and all that.
She was a Goliath.
I choose, whenever I do my gamer pictures, currently I'm rocking, I don't like to take things from the internet. I like to use just like random self-made content. So for Discord, for instance, I have this random drawing of like a little dude who looks like a piece of gum that's
I
like
love
sad on a
that.
bench with like a cigarette. And then there's on my like actual Steam, I have a picture of an owl that I took over in Pullman. So it's just like this big glowing owl, and it's just like
Oh.
beautiful.
That's cool. Oh, are we starting soon?
We're getting into it. I think we're getting into a match right now.
How fast do you
Nice.
think this is going to go?
I mean,
Other than the standard 5 minutes, how do you think this is going to go?
I feel like we might go long because there's gonna be a lot of goals scored in this scenario.
Okay.
I'm curious to see who's on what team because I think that'll really determine
All right.
speed of play. Although I don't really know what to expect.
Blue is Shiny Shoes. We have Odery, Mighty Bang, Weedles is on blue. Shiny Shoes is on blue. Wind Current Drift. Okay,
Taking
I'm going to
a
call
front
you
flip.
Wind.
Yep.
We are moving into blue. Boofless heading for that ball, but Weedles blocks, and we're taking it off to the other side.
There
Mighty
we
Bang.
go.
Oh, no.
Taking it home. There you go, Carson.
I feel like we're just walking it into goals at this point.
So that's why I was thinking this game's going to go a little longer because we have a lot of goals to be scored and a lot of goal cams to watch after each one.
Yep. Oh, I love that animation. That was great. Back to kickoff.
Hopefully
We
we can get a
have-
good 50 here. Nope, just missed the
Weedles.
kickoff just a little bit, but no goal.
Weedle steals from Mighty Bang, but Boofless gets that defense. Wind Current
Oh.
tries to get it. Oh, but stuck.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Oh, no.
So that was a rule 1 where they were locked on their front bumpers. And I don't think they know the rule because you're supposed to continuously drive at each other and you don't leave. You lock and hold it.
Okay, I know that rule. I don't know why the rule exists.
It's one of those funny unspoken gentleman kind of rules where it's just like you do it because it's funny and it doesn't affect the game too much.
Okay.
I mean, if anything, it does take a player from each team, but the game still continues.
right.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's just because it's a funny like mechanics, like physics thing that this game happens to have, where if you run into each other at slow speeds, you just hold each other in the same spot.
Interesting. All right, Boofless gets that defense. Mighty Bang staying in the goal. Wind Drift trying to follow Boofless into.
There you go.
Nope. And we have 2 for blue and 1 for orange.
Yeah, I don't want to like count out the other players, but I do feel like this is gonna be more of a 1v1 with extras on the sides.
It's like they might get in the way just a little bit.
Yeah,
I have hope in them.
I do
Coterie
too.
Go. Oh,
There we go. First good 50 of the
Okay.
match.
There we go. Boofless following the ball. We have some control issues. That's okay.
Oh, Codair, get it.
You
Save
got it. Weedles going for the
Oh!
post, going roll off the side into the corner. Boofless gets it, and he's turning it around to blue. Windrift is trying to follow.
He's gonna show off.
Oh, totally.
Oh my
Bounce off the
goodness.
side and a redirect into the goal.
This is that I saw Seth kind of take a soft approach on this, and I could only imagine that he just wanted to dribble it. He wanted to style, and it's exactly what he did.
That's an interesting sound to go with that animation. Yep. Coterie and Shiny Shoes getting the ball up in the
Ooh,
air.
what a touch.
Yeah.
That was actually great. That looked like he kind of knew what he was doing in that scenario.
Oh, post off the
Ooh.
side.
Pass it. There we go, Shiny!
Woo!
Let's go!
Great job, Shiny. Both staff and Super Smash Bros. Ult player.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What does Shiny normally play in Smash?
So he is our Rosalia?
Mm-hmm.
Rosalina
Yeah.
and Game & Watch
Oh,
player.
nice. So,
Huh? Well, he also plays Min Min, yeah.
now with
Min Min's his main now?
Smash gameplay or Smash tournaments or however League play, do you have to lock into a certain character or can you choose anything anytime?
So when you're in the battle, so they do these crew battles, which means you have 3 or 4 players on each side. It depends on the tournament,
Okay.
whatever. And you go until all the stocks on one team are gone.
Gotcha.
So say Shiny Shoes is up against player B, whatever. He picks his character, and for his battle against player B, he has that character only.
Okay. So you can't like change mid-match per se.
Yes.
You do have an element of locking it, but you wouldn't say like I'm a Mario player the entire season unless you just commit to it on your own.
Yes. Most of the time, Smash players do commit. They have their mains, and they
Right.
just stick with their mains. Occasionally, they have a secondary that they go into.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see Smash players change that often.
Yeah.
Shiny's the odd one out.
Okay.
One
Yeah.
of the few that I know that will shift between probably 2 or 3 characters.
Yeah, you kind of get some similar things with Rocket League when it comes to like cars or like the type of car, because each car has a unique hitbox, so it has slightly different properties in how it would handle. And so some people are like, for instance, using the Octane because that's the most balanced, easy to dribble car. But then you have people like Codair, for instance, he's in a plank hitbox, and that's better for aerials and getting flicks, but not as good for
Okay.
dribbling.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're very, I mean, it's very subtle. You're probably not going to notice in most cases how it changes unless you play a lot of the game to kind of feel it.
All right, we post up top, and
Weedle setting up a
Weedles goes
shot.
for a second.
Mighty Bang almost had a sick squishy save. That's what that's called when
Yeah.
they come off the inside of the net. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it looked intentional.
We'll say it's intentional, and he just missed. Yes. Good job, Mighty.
Yep.
You did a good job. It's 5-3 now.
It's actually a little closer than I was expecting. Oh, okay. Boofless coming in to save the day.
Bouncing off and heading towards blue side. Weedles is ready to defend. Redirects, and Coterie is in the corner.
He's got some boosts. He's got a potential play here. Good pinch. Nice way to get it out of there.
Does not follow up on the wall, though, and stops their momentum.
Yeah. Wind is setting up a shot that Wind strikes me as somebody who might have a couple hours on this game.
Probably.
Oh!
We can hope.
Posted!
Oh,
And
oh.
a save. Beautiful.
And turning back around,
Oh.
Boofless is going for the air shot, maybe? Nope, he's letting it bounce on the ground.
I have a feeling that Boofless is trying to set up these shots out of habit, not
Yeah.
remembering that these aren't the same players he's normally with.
He's like, wait, why aren't they moving towards the ball?
Oh, the pinch. The save. Beautiful.
Nice
Mighty coming in
job.
with the pass. Not quite enough to get it in front of the net, though.
Mighty is coming around trying to get the ball, but does miss. Win gets it, and we're bouncing around here in the corner.
This is chaos. I love it. Oh, okay. They got to pass Boofless. Carson has Weedles. Oh, no, he has no chance now. Deleted.
To be completely honest, if I were to be one of the players right now, I'd be
Sorry, the retaliation made me laugh.
I would be going around in circles
Really?
because I suck at driving games.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot drive on a video game for the life of me.
Sometimes I view that as like a left or right brain kind of thing, because I think that's pretty common to have people that just are not comfortable with driving games. I unfortunately am not one of those people. I play driving games a lot.
Honestly, good for you.
It's it was one of those. I didn't think I was a driving person. I was just like a first-person shooter only kind of guy. And then I got into like Forza.
Yeah.
And because there's cool cars in Forza,
There are
like
cool
why
cars.
wouldn't I try to play it? And
Like,
then that
for
opened the
sure.
door. And then since then, it's just been any car game that you put in front of me. Like, oh, sure, let's try it.
The dam has broke.
Yep. Oh, not quite able to set up a shot. Triple commit up the middle. knocking Boofless out of the way, but Mighty Bang is possibly in a position to set this up. Does not make contact, though.
He
and
was
sets
trying to
the
get it
side.
back to Boofless, I think.
That was pretty hype. They had some good momentum and a lot of chaos, but it was working.
Oh, and they weren't able to keep it in the air long enough to try and get a 4th point.
Game 1, going to blue team, the Carson, Wind Current, Shiny Shoes gang.
Yup.
Now, what are the player names for Shiny Shoes and Wind Current? Do you know their names, IRL?
Not Wind Current, but Shiny Shoes is Junior.
Okay, Junior. Gotcha. I got to meet more people here. There's so many people that I see every single time I come in here, and I have yet to learn their names or their faces.
I'm the same way. Okay, to be completely honest, I don't know 90% of the players on any of the team's names.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, you do a great job because I had never guessed that.
thank you. I know their tags.
Yeah. Well, tags, yeah, it's just right in front of you. But who has,
I don't even know their faces most of the time because I don't meet them.
yeah, who has the most difficult to remember pronunciation of their gamer tag?
Ooh. I learned it now. But when I was first doing this, me and other casters would get this wrong all the time. Scanless.
Scanless.
He is a...
Without scan.
It's based off his last name, actually.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't put any vowels.
Yeah. So SCN, LSS, something like that.
SKN.
Oh, SKN.
LSS.
Gotcha.
And he's a Valorant player.
Okay, I just saw Shiny go to the ceiling, and I feel like it was a very intentional play.
Good for you, Shiny.
Yeah, that
Great
was.
play.
I'm very impressed, actually.
Boofless bouncing off the ground. Wind Current tries to get it. Weedles grabs
Oh,
it. Coterie.
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 Yup.
It's something.
I think somebody has garlic fries in here. I'm smelling something tasty. You getting a whiff of that?
Don't make me hungry.
Dude, I'm starving right now. Wow.
Oh man, now I'm really smelling it. That's so good.
Okay, we're gonna have to hard focus on the gameplay so we can get
Yes.
through this.
Oh, but he's a Valorant player.
Okay.
And I think he's coach now.
Let's go.
And we always called him Skinless for
That's a little more terrifying of a gamer tag.
yeah, he was Skinless for half a semester and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like,
He-
by the way,
Yeah, politely tells you, hey, you're messing me up a lot.
every single Valorant stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we had that bounce in front of the goal.
Oh.
Boofless whiffs.
Oh, Mighty Bang. Nice. Let's go. Beautiful. Crowd in here is going crazy.
Absolutely.
It is
yeah.
not silent. It is hardcore cheering right now.
Yes.
We got Weedles asking for a forfeit, being a little toxic in chat, trying to, I don't know, maybe get some nerves on these guys.
I saw Varsity Who in the chat.
Yep. Carson is the quickest to give you some, what's the word? I don't want to say the S
Sass?
word. Yes, some sass. That's a good alternative to the word I was thinking.
Yes. It is the alternative I tend to try and use.
Oh, Boofless got a flip reset off of there.
Oh.
And demoed again. This is a head-to-head rivalry between Weedles and Boofless.
Makes sense though. They're both on the varsity team, so it's little rivalry is nice.
Well, unfortunately, we have Shiny Shoes not able to make any contact. He has 0 points. And I don't know if you know this, you get 2 points for every time you touch the ball.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and there's a little bit of varying rules to it, because if somebody touches it and you touch it right after, it doesn't quite count. There's a reset period in order for you to get those 2 points.
Okay.
So if you ever see somebody with Coterie, for instance, has 4 points, so that means he's touched the ball twice.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Shiny Shoe has not touched the ball yet, or at least in a way that has given them points. Hopefully that'll change here in this next kickoff.
Boofless launching it into blue side, and we're all chasing it to the corner. Yes, let's crowd around the ball.
Everybody push each other out of the way. Oh, with the setup. Oh, man.
And Boofless bounces it off the side for Mighty Bang to send it a little further. Nice move here. Weedles is not letting it happen, though. And
I was thinking he was about to shoot on his own goal there.
Oops.
Okay, see what Seth can do with this.
Nope.
It's pretty much Seth versus Weedles, or Wheels and Boofless versus each other until they're at a boost, and after they rotate out, then the other people are allowed to play. And that's a shot.
That's a fair assessment.
And
Boofless.
saved. Nice
There we
shot.
go. A few almost touches from a few of the orange players. I believe Mighty Bang and Coterie were there.
Mm-hmm.
Weedle's trying to take control of the
Oh
ball.
my goodness, this is
no.
chaos. Reverse.
No.
Not quite able to get a shot on. Seth going downfield with not a whole lot of stuff in front
Did
of him.
Weedles just go backwards that entire time
He
to
might
hit the
have.
ball backwards?
He's quick. He's quick with it. And not able to set it
Oh,
in.
sad.
I can feel the disappointment resonating in Boofless.
All three of the blue players were just sitting in front of the goal.
Okay, here we go. That's easy.
Right?
Easy shot.
Yes?
Nice.
All right, there we go. 4-1.
This is
Orange
quite
favor.
a different score than it was last round. I feel this
Very
is
true.
very lopsided to orange as it was blue the first game.
Shiny Shoes tried to get there, but wasn't fast enough with those jumps. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love those wheels.
Those are sweet. Those are called Dracos.
Probably because of the dragon on the rims. Okay.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
They used to be like kind of a rarity kind of thing before trading was axed. And
Nice
now that,
assist from Coterie off the side there.
Yes, it
Boofless sends
was.
it forward. Oh,
oh no.
okay.
No, he was just passed to himself. Alley-oop.
Okay. Coterie got the credit for the assist,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, the Draco wheels. So there used to be a whole market behind this game because you could trade, and there was like real world value to these items. And in my gameplay, in my luck of playing this game, I unlocked one of the rarest items in the game, which is called a titanium white octane.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you why, but it has the highest value out of almost anything on like in the shop or whatever in their ecosystem.
Wow.
So it's all it is just this car like that you see right here, but with white trim instead of yellow like it is here. I actually think Boofless is rocking the titanium white octane.
Wow.
But I made the mistake of trusting an internet stranger to trade me with it, and he stole it from me. So I got griefed. Yeah.
Yikes.
But hey, it doesn't matter now that trading's not in the game, right?
There's that.
It's only a $100 item. It's fine.
Still stings.
Yeah, it still does. Still hurts. I still
We're-
message him every year or so on the anniversary and be like, "Hey, where's my octane?"
And
Mighty Bang.
Mighty Bang got the point.
Very nice. Wind Current just set up one of the best passes I've seen all night.
Just
Unfortunately,
the
on the wrong
circle.
side. Yeah, that carry he did was excellent.
6-1, 16 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's hope it
We-
gets to 6-2.
We got hope.
Yeah.
The game's not over.
Oh, okay. Never mind. 10 seconds.
So this is gonna be probably going into a game 3. I don't see them making a comeback with down 5 with 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
I do see potential for. Oh no, they just let it drop.
1-1.
Pretty
And-
exciting stuff.
Yes, very.
Nope.
Interesting. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I'm okay with these scores.
I feel like this next one, people will they'll bring it back. They're going to level out, and I actually feel like we're going to get a nice, balanced game mode.
Uh-huh.
I can hope, right?
We can hope.
I can hope.
We can hope. I'll hope for that for you.
Oh, yeah, Sam, absolutely. Having Weedles on one team without Boofless would have been chaotic and destructive, but luckily they're balancing out somewhat.
Oh, and we are sent straight to the orange territory. Boofless on
Beautiful
defense.
setup.
Oh, and Weedles is taking it back.
He's going to
turning
go up the
ball
wall.
around. Yep.
Maybe set it up. Possible shot as long as Boofless misses, but he won't because
He
he's
won't.
there. He's ready.
Straight back.
save.
And Weedles is already back on defense. It really is just those two bouncing back and forth right now.
Oh, there it is.
Unfortunately, Wind Current was not able to block that move.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see more of these like staff in the mix with the players kind of stuff, but in other games as well, because I think that like Counter-Strike, for instance, would be pretty funny to watch.
We're going to be trying to do that a lot more, having casters talk over staff games, much like this in tons of different games. We tried to do Overwatch last night, But fun fact,
What's
you
that?
can only go into Overwatch custom games if you have already played 5 games.
Oh, so you need a non-freshie account.
Pretty much.
That's annoying. That's so well. I understand why they do that kind of thing, but it makes it so hard. Like they should have like broadcast accounts specifically,
Yes.
like spectate.
Yeah, but pretty much what we thought about was like, we would have done it if it wasn't 5 Overwatch games.
Yeah, right.
That they would have to go through. So, a demo by Mighty Bang
Wow.
on Weedles.
Dude, he's understanding a new strat. He knows what he needs to do now.
He's like, just chase down Weedles.
Take out the carries, then the game can be played. Wind Current with a nice bump on Mighty Bang. Boof was trying to set something up, but no teammates in the area to capitalize. Weedles might have a shot here all by himself as long as he doesn't get the miss, and he does.
But Coterie is right there, ready to turn the ball around with Mighty Bang, and Boofless carrying
Oh, no.
quite literally.
Oh no. It's
Oh.
wide. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Posts up top. Mighty Bang's trying to turn it back around. Coterie's helping.
There you go.
There we
First touch of
go.
the game for Coterie.
Woo!
Just got his first 2 points. Or, sorry, first touch of this game, I should say.
Shiny's getting to it too. All right.
Driving around in circles. I think we need a little bit of drifting here. We need to turn a little tighter.
Yeah,
Shot on goal from Boofless.
Very
Going right
nice.
over Weedle's head.
Very nice.
hmm
Okay.
The Wind
Yep.
Current is not playing on the right team at the moment. That is his second pass to the orange. But it was a great pass. I won't
great-
knock him on that.
Doing great, just not in the right direction.
Have you ever played Rocket League?
I have done the tutorial.
Okay, well that's enough. That you need to get the feel.
I understand it, but I also understand I'm not good at it.
True.
I'm good at watching and analyzing. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much me with most games.
Yeah, except for like D&D.
Yeah. But D&D is just fun.
Yeah,
And I also prefer playing RPGs.
right.
So
What new RPGs have you been on? Or maybe not new, but new to you.
I've been focusing on Biomutant lately for the
Okay.
last year.
Another shot from Boofless.
Very nice. 3-1 now. Coterie with the assist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a really nice pass. Okay.
Kind of a nasty shot. Kind of a nasty play. I will give him that.
Well, good on Coterie.
I feel like Coterie's got a little bit of back pocket skill in this game that maybe we didn't know about.
Maybe just a little bit.
Oh, Coterie with another shot right up the middle. Wow, incredible. Incredible.
I need to see how fast that was going. That was 39 miles.
We are slightly above average speed limit here.
Wow.
Wait, question. When you normally stream this game, are your units in kilometers an hour or miles per hour?
I believe it's in miles per hour usually.
Okay, because I know mine's set to that system, but obviously, like, metric is also there too. So, you know,
Yeah.
I could see that being confusing if you're not like used to seeing them both ways.
As a science major, I have to do the conversions often. So, I get it either way.
It's so sorry. Let me think about it. What is the conversion for kilometers to miles per hour off the top of your head? Do you know?
Off the top of my head,
All I know is that 100 kilometers per hour is about 60 miles an hour. That's my like relative understanding of speeds.
pretty much that's an effective way to think about it.
You know,
Yeah, I
the
don't know
roadways
the-
in Canada make sense. You go 100 when it's, when you want to go fast. That's it.
Yes. Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know the exact, but I
What a
can get
shot.
a gist of what it should be. 37 miles per hour would be 10-ish kilometers.
What? No, it'd be more than that.
Oh,
'Cause
12.
no, because the
No.
miles per hour would be less.
I think
than
I'm
the
doing this
kilometer.
backwards.
Yeah.
I am doing this backwards.
So it'd probably be close to 60 or something. If we have any Canadians in the chat, please correct us.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm fine with being called out.
Yeah. We have a bad system in America for how we measure our speeds.
Hey, it works.
I always think that the Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion is kind of funny.
The
9/5 to plus 32 or whatever it is.
Yep. You multiply by 9/5 minus 32 to get to Celsius.
Right.
Multiply by 5/9 plus 32 to get to Fahrenheit.
That's like something I learned in 6th grade that's just kind of stuck with me for a while. I don't know why. One of those like little math things that I can't really let go. I'm not going to say I practice it or I'm good at doing it, but at least I can kind of remember that little thing.
My mom in the car, she'll have, she has the temperature in Celsius. So she'll turn to me. She's like, it's 89 degrees Celsius. No, wait.
That's very hot. That is dying.
She's like, it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit, or
Right.
it's 15 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
What temperature is in the other one? And she'd have me in the car.
Oh,
We'd
like
be
you've
working.
been doing math problems.
Yeah,
She's smart. She's keeping your head on check.
yeah. Summer is not a great time for me to think, though.
Yeah.
3 to 4 on scores.
30 seconds left. We're actually at a very tight matchup right now.
Yeah, Shiny Shoes gets a demo on Boofless.
Oh, that leaves the goal wide open for Carson to 1v1
Nah.
here. And he takes it in.
Oh.
He does it. The impossible. Wow.
And then he flips upside down.
Yep. Classic. I
Yeah,
wish
here
I
we
could see Carson's smiling face as he scored that goal. But he just stays ultra focused on the monitor with no emotions.
Just,
That's one thing that's always like irks me, especially like watching like professional, not just esports, but like any kind of athletes. Is they'll do the craziest, coolest play you've ever seen,
But
and
they're
they'll
just
be dead.
straight-faced.
Yes, dead center, no serious or all serious. Like, I would be ecstatic if I was in a play like that.
I
right?
think it doesn't hit them until, like, the point is made or, like,
Right.
after the game, and they're like, oh my gosh, I did that.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Spoofless. Insane.
Whoa!
The 0-second game winner. Incredible.
Wow. I love seeing those, actually.
That's
my,
awesome.
My 2 favorite things in Rocket League is the 0-second point
Yeah.
and kickoff point.
Yeah. Those
Those
are
are
always
just
great.
cool.
What up, Too Tall? Happy to see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, hello. I do believe that was the last, unless we're going for another
Well,
series.
that's my last game. If we're doing more, I think I'm going to have to sub out here. I had a long game that I just had to cast here. I'm winded.
Yep.
I'm sweaty.
Yeah. And you had a fantastic start to your season in SCC.
Yeah, no, I'm just super stoked. These guys are doing awesome. And I want them to come up and do the interview. I want them to cast. I think it'd be kind of funny, but I
We
don't
can
think they
just
will.
do like a rotation,
Yeah.
just sub them in
Right,
sometimes.
whoever's not playing, just come in, do the casting.
That'd be fun. We can try that at some point. Yeah.
I hear the people leaving our Rocket League lobby, so I have the suspicion that we're on the tail end of this podcast.
I think so.
I've called it podcast twice now, but it's what do we call this? A stream?
Stream.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we're closing up now. So thank you all for joining us for our first series in SCC for Rocket League, as well as our first staff content successful this semester. And I'll wish you all a good night. And thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.